When I was 8 years old, I went to a theme park, and I was riding in an amusement park ride by myself. And the amusement park ride kind of slung me up against the side, and I bumped my leg. Well, it was kind of no big deal, but the rest of the day, my parents noticed I was limping. For about a week or two afterwards, they noticed that I was still running, but, I was limping pretty noticeably. They thought that maybe I, fractured a bone or something like that. They took me to the doctor. The doctor ran a regular x-ray, and the x-ray came back, and all the doctors were freaking out. My parents didn't know what was going on. So they took me back for a CAT scan, did another x-ray, and it came back bright rainbow color around my bone, which ended up being a tumor. What we found out at the time was that it was a cancer called osteosarcoma, which is one of the worst types of cancer, most aggressive types of cancer, bone cancers that you could possibly get. They immediately told my parents, look, he's got, less than a 60% chance of life, less than a 30% chance of life if we don't amputate immediately. So they went in and they took off my leg. It was about 6 months later before I could finally get fitted for a prosthetic. Replacing things that have been taken from me for so many years, it just feels so amazing. I guess around 28 years old, after my first son was born, I kind of started seeing some things, like all the things that I wanted to do whenever I was a young amputee. And I started putting some, bucket list things in place, things that I wanted to do. And one of those bucket list things was to be on one of the Paralympic teams. I wanted to represent the U.S. That was, any young athlete's goal is to play professional sports. And for an amputee, the highest level I could possibly go was Paralympics. So I ended up running across the amputee standing hockey team. And I found out about it, and I was like, you know what? There's an active adult hockey community here in Austin, and I'm going to teach myself how to play again, and I'm going to try out for the team. So I made the team, but I made the team, only playing hockey for essentially 2 years. And then I ended up getting tons of ice time throughout the tournament just because the thing that's always helped me be successful in sports was I wasn't the biggest, obviously, with how short I am. I wasn't the fastest, just because of the nature of my body with the prosthetic. But what I was I had tons of determination. I had tons of heart. I never quit. And then with having the least amount of experience of all the people on the team, I ended up breaking the lineup and getting tons of ice time throughout the tournament. I don't see myself as limited. I don't try to take advantage of the system. I've never used disabled parking, none of that stuff, right? I'm a normal person. I'm just like everybody else. Don't judge a book by its cover, I guess, is the overall writing theme.